to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Monday, April 12th. Make sure that you are joining in on all the fun throughout the show by hitting us up on our social media at Woodward Sports. You can now join us on Twitch. What? We are just growing our network, so make sure that you are tuning in on that as well. I'm Pilar Lastra. To my left, we've got D-Mac. To my right, we've got Tom Mazzawey.
Hey,
we've got Fish in the fishbowl, Easy D behind the glass, and of course, Luke manning all of our social media. And guys, don't forget, you can also call us now. Hey, call us. 313-552-6322 is the number. And of course, make sure that you are getting those fingers warmed up and ready to dial when we play our trivia game, Get Home with Hall Financial, our baseball trivia. All right, Maz. It's Monday.
It is.
What do you have for our sports update?
Bring everybody up to date on NHL trade deadline day. It's over as we speak right now. We'll get you caught up. And, of course, we're brought to you by MyBookie. Don't forget to use the promo code Woodward. They'll match half your original startup bonus up to 50%, up to $1,000. So you put in that money, they will match half of it, and it's yours to keep. The 3-6 Tigers, we'll start with them. They started good, but they're not looking good lately. They started a 3-game set with the Astros tonight in Houston. They were swept over the weekend by the Tribe. What else is new? The Indians beating up on the Tigers. They'll be without Miguel Cabrera for a while. He went on the IL with a left bicep strain. He's still 12 home runs shy of that magic number 500. Pitcher Julio Teheran is down on the IL as well. He's going to miss a bunch of starts, they say, with the right shoulder strain. Tonight's matchup is the phenom Casey Mize against the veteran Zach Greinke. The matchup from Minute Maid Park tonight at 8:10. The Red Sox and Twins. Boston's won 6 in a row. They're going to get slowed down a little tonight. They're playing the Twins. The game has been postponed for safety reasons. We're going to talk about that coming up. There's a couple of other games in Minnesota that are might be canceled as well. The Nets are playing the Timberwolves. The Wild are hosting the St. Louis Blues. Stay tuned for more on that. The NHL trade deadline is over. I did not see anything lately on the Wings, so it looks like Stevie Y swung a bunch of deals over the weekend, 3 of them to be exact. He traded John Merrill, Patrick Nemeth for a couple of mid-round picks, another 3-team deal we'll talk about with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They kind of circumvented the salary cap here. They pull some strings. We'll let D-Mac tell you about that, how to get around the salary cap. Meanwhile, Jonathan Bernier, Mark Stahl, Luke Glendening, Darren Helm, looks like they're all staying with the Winged Wheelers for now. Boston acquired Taylor Hall, the former MVP from the Devils. He's had a down year with Buffalo. Hasn't been really good in a couple of seasons. They also get Mike Riley from the Senators. The Penguins grab a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, Jeff Carter from the Kings. And the Leafs get Nick Foligno from the Blue Jackets. Really not a heck of a lot of action. Back in the day, you couldn't even keep up with this stuff. Meanwhile, the Wings looking for 2 straight wins. They get the Hurricanes tonight again in Carolina. They beat them in a shootout on Saturday night. And the sweetest part of that, Mac, those jerseys that the Hurricanes were wearing. They were wearing the throwback Hartford Whalers, Save the Whale. Those jerseys are primo, man.
Well, I think the last time that I saw was wearing one was Chris Osgood scored a goal in Old Hartford Civic Center back in 1995. So the fact that that's a classic throwback Whaler jersey. I don't care what you say in any sport. If you're a jersey head or sneakerhead, logo, hat, whatever, that is, it's always cool when they bring them back like that. I wish, Maz, and we've talked about this, a lot when you mention your day in sports and trivia and stuff, is like the California Seals, the Cleveland
Golden
Barons,
Seals, the Cleveland Barons,
right? All these, it'd be cool to see the original.
How about the North Stars, the Minnesota North Stars?
Different things like that. I think it's a good throwback, and the fact that the Wings won in a shootout, I'm going to touch on that. We'll touch on that a little bit later. The one trade that caught my eye was Sam Bennett in Calgary going to Florida. He had requested a trade. He's one of their top 6 forwards, so knowing Daryl Sutter wanted him out of town and to get a forward and a second rounder in return. But he's a guy that can help Florida, who's trying to, get over the hump and as a playoff push team.
Flames weren't going anywhere.
No. No, they weren't. So, and a lot of these deals, Maz, we talked about it last week. It's about the salary cap and stuff like this, and what Steve Yzerman, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and what the golden ticket to this is the general manager who won the trade, the general manager of the Carolina, or not Carolina, of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yaramainen, I can't even pronounce his name. Right? But he got, for 2 expiring players, and Nick Foligno, their captain, going to Toronto, you mentioned, and David Savard, who was part of the deal that went to the Lightning, an unrestricted and a restricted free agent off the books. He got 2 first-rounders and third and 2 fourths back for it. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Stevie might have got a 1 for Bobby Ryan. He might have.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing about injuries. And even Bernier, how much if he's not moving, how much did that blowout 7-1 hurt him in his showcase game? So
coming back from an injury, it really wasn't fair to him, but nonetheless.
Well, a lot of times it's all timing. So it'll be interesting to see. You mentioned Taylor Hall. Obviously, went to Buffalo, didn't work. 1 goal for this kid who's a MVP in this league.
He's -21 this year.
MVP in this league, and Boston's a place where they could embrace a guy and goal scorers. And Taylor Hall's a kid that played in Windsor, and around here people know him a lot. Is that you can't teach that talent, and you get into a position with guys like Patrice Bergeron, the consummate professional. Even Brad Marchand and stuff like this. It'll be interesting what he can do.
My Lily's got a number 9 Taylor Hall Devils jersey at home, but she rocks.
Yeah, that was his MVP season in the league.
She's like, Dad, how come you always get me these players that are not on the team anymore? I'm like, well, they're less expensive, honey. I had to admit it.
Terrible.
They're a little less, but they're beautiful. They're beautiful jerseys.
Maz, to that point, you know my Lions jersey at home I rock for $5 that I got at Dunham's?
What do you got?
Mike Furry.
Yes.
87.
Beep,
Mike
beep,
Furry. Yeah, beep, beep, boop.
Do we have breaking news?
We got breaking news from the fishbowl.
Yeah, we do. We have some NHL trade stuff.
Beep, beep, boop.
Yeah, that's our NHL trade breaking news. Eric Gustafsson is going to the Canadiens for a 7th-round pick in 2022.
All right.
Gabranson.
That's all right.
And then one
God
more,
bless you, whoever sneezed.
Sam Bennett's going to the Panthers.
Yes, I just mentioned that one, bud.
That's all right. I like it when Fish mentions it.
But
I like
because
it
Fish knows
beep,
how
boop.
important it is. Even though, he knows how important that Sam Bennett could be.
All right, Fish, keep us posted. How about the Masters over the weekend? It wasn't a lot to it, I got to be honest. Hideki Matsuyama did win it. He held on for a 1-shot win over the upstart Will Zalatoris, the first Japanese-born man to win a major. He took home just over $2 million American, and guess what? In Japan, I heard Andy North over the weekend talking with Scott Van Pelt of ESPN. He says this is going to be worth over $1 billion to this man in his home country. He's going to be treated like an emperor, the first major by a Japanese-born man. $1 billion with a B dollars. So, hats off to him. And I want to show you this quick little video. Easy, bring it up. It's the video of his caddy at the end. That's right.
Oh,
they can't play. That's right. Anyway, he bows at the flag. It was really cool.
Well, he went to put after Hideki had won and everybody's shuffling off his caddy. And usually in the 18th hole, the caddies take the flag.
Yeah.
But he didn't take the flag, but he put it back in. And pure Japanese tradition, as we've all seen over here, is he bowed his head and to the course. And that's just a really touching thing.
Cool.
Before you get in this day of sports, Mads, but put that into Pilar. You can comment on it because you really wanted Hideki Matsuyama to win.
Sure did.
But we were talking earlier about the perception and the hard time and explaining that he is really the only golfer out of Japan. He is their end-all, be-all, and for him to win, but.
I couldn't have been happier for anybody. I mean, look, everybody deserves it. This is what everybody in the world of golf dreams. This is their Super Bowl. This is everything for them. So I'm happy for pretty much anybody who gets it for the first time, and I feel everybody works really hard, but I was really, really, really happy that Matsuyama won it all. Fish, you had something to add real quick?
Maz, you should reenact that.
Oh,
I think Darren just reenacted it.
That would have been great, though. But I mean, you're just a little bit more silly whenever you do it.
Yeah,
so Pilar, the whole point, as you said, is that yes, to put it in comparison, but the Manny Pacquiao to his country.
I said it's equivalent to Manny Pacquiao.
It's equivalent, so he's going to go home. You got to think all the Japanese companies and stuff, and obviously I don't know the culture and everything, but this is such a bigger deal. And it reminded me, you know what it reminded me of? Because it reminded me of Mike Weir, and I think it was 05 that he won. It sort of, you had to limp this one in. For him to get his major, he's going to have to sort of limp it in and everybody fall around it. But now, because once he's got it, now let's watch how it releases him from all the pressure in his country, because now they're going to treat him instead of when he's not playing well, be down on him. He is their major champion. He's got that. This might propel him to even play better golf and get over that sort of hump that he was trying to get through. But now he's a legitimate and a Masters champion. That dinner next year.
That's what I want to know.
I want to be at that dinner next year.
Like Wagyu beef. I mean, this is going to be really.
You know he's going to have probably blowfish, and then I'd say which guys.
Lots of good sushi, probably.
Well, that's what I mean. But you know the blowfish that they say has to be cooked or it can kill you or something. You might want. There's a sushi that the fish has to be cooked specifically, or else there's a poison in it, and it's a delicacy, and just.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
We got more coming up with the Masters on the Big Hook. Pistons blew a 12-point third-quarter lead last night, lost to the Clippers. They played really well, 131-124. Josh Jackson with 26. He's really playing, man. And rookie Sadiq Bey had 25. Rematch Wednesday, this time from LCA. 12 of the Pistons' last 18 games will be played in Detroit. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, and his billionaire partner set to buy the Minnesota Timberwolves for $1.5 billion. He tried to win it, tried to get the Mets with J-Lo. I think that's what broke up J-Lo and A-Rod. They couldn't get the Mets together. It kind of broke them up. Anyway, he says, I'm going to buy something. I got all this money, so he's going to buy an NBA team. And MSU junior Aaron Henry, this time he's for real. He's hiring an agent, declaring for the NBA draft. Same for U of M's Franz Wagner, Shonda Brown, and Mike Smith. Stan Heath named the EMU basketball coach. And this day in sports, we take you back to 1996 at the Sky Dome. Just watch Ken Griffey Jr. with this sky shot.
See if Amaral's going here with nobody down. Nope. And that ball is belted. That may be in the upper deck. Fly away, way over the hard rock to fame. My, oh my, what a shot by Junior. The Mariners get 3 more, and you can hear the buzz here at the Sky Dome. A mammoth home run by Ken Griffey Jr., and both of them tonight have been tape measure jobs.
The late, great Dave Niehaus on the call.
That one might have been further than Ohtani's, but Ohtani's was still louder.
That's because ESPN mics the hell out of that home plate, by the way. It is.
Okay.
He did hit it
go
good.
With that. So if we're going to date it
That's
back to the
days,
90s,
man.
that was way better. Okay.
And plus, there's no better swing ever in baseball history than Ken Griffey Jr. Stay tuned for baseball trivia, by the way, and I've got some really, really dumb, easy questions
They're good
coming
questions.
up. Easy.
They are
easy
good
questions.
I looked at these questions and Maz mailed it in today.
Today,
I'll explain why. You know why I mailed it in? My house is completely in disarray all weekend, taking furniture out of the house, emptying the whole place. I might as well move because they're redoing the effing floors, which I was against to begin with. I would just put floors on top of the damn wood floors. Anyway, that's another story.
So I guess
I've got nowhere. I've got no solace right now. Nowhere.
Take advantage of the trivia. Trust me today. Get your phone calls in.
Get going. And what are they winning today?
They're winning a $100 gift certificate, gift card to Lashish this time.
Ooh. All right.
Get some Syrian Arabic food in your system.
Get your fingers ready to dial in that number. It's 313-552-6322. When we come back, we will be getting to the Big Hook, more Masters talk. So do not go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. All right, guys, welcome back to The Hook. It is time for us to get to the big hook. So the big news around the world right now is Matsuyama wins the Masters, and this could be worth up to around $1 billion is what in Japan for him is what people are starting to speculate. Just in endorsements, in the advertisements. This is
He's
huge
like a king
for
now.
him.
He's like an emperor.
And I hope that this is true, because I remember when I was watching the Masters, you know how they always comment on the background and the struggles, the trials, the tribulations. One of the things that bothered me the most was when they were saying how in Japan they're so hard on him. The media is so hard on him. If he's doing well, they love him. But if he's not always doing well, which is very difficult for anybody to do, especially in golf, they're always just hounding him and giving him such a hard time. And they're always scrutinizing him. So ever since I heard that, I remember I told my family, I said, I really want Matsuyama to win. I know it's going to mess things up in everybody's gambling lines and everything like that, but I really want to see him win.
Luke won money. Luke won some money.
Did you?
He
put
bet
money
him late.
on him?
He bet him late. Nice job,
for you.
Luke. Anyway, I heard Andy North and Scott Van Pelt again. These guys are great to listen to on ESPN, by the way. I love Andy North. But the way he described what this guy was going to go through coming on to the last round on Sunday, he said this is going to be the toughest round of golf this guy's ever going to play in his entire life. He literally had the weight of Japan on his shoulders. And he showed up. He was tough. He wobbled, Mac. He wobbled. And it came down. At one point, he was up, 6 strokes? It got down to 1 stroke. He never gave the lead up, though. And it winds up with a 1-stroke win. And, like a weeble wobble that he don't fall down. Matsuyama, hats off to him.
Well, it's perseverance, right? And the way that he played and the way that we don't understand. No one can understand the pressure of a whole country. And this has been a long time. And the reason that they are so hard on him is it's pretty much their only superstar in the golf, and to not have a major and to see so much of the talent. I think that's the hardest part, is as a fan, when you see the talent, you can't explain why he hadn't gotten over the hump. But to your point, Maz, he got it done. It's the same thing. You can question whatever, how, but I revert back to Bubba Watson. It's not, they don't ask how you do it, just how many it took you to get it in there, and he needed to do it. What I hope for him is all this pressure, because he's, he has an interpreter, and obviously, but you can tell that he's a well-liked guy by his peers.
No doubt.
And hopefully this relaxes him to where he can settle down and he doesn't have to carry that burden. And this is more of the weight of the world, the country, off his shoulders, and now he can be him. Now, to be able to think about all the Japanese companies and all the the history and around it, is that like you said, Matt, it's no word of a lie, he's gonna be as close to an emperor over there, I would think, because that's a country of golfers, and to have their first major winner, that's a huge thing.
They love their sports.
Huge, right? Everything. So this is absolutely huge for that country, and I just hope, like whether the criticism, it'll stay the same way. Like, it'll die down for a little bit, but it'll be there. But it's how he reacts to it, and whether he gets himself in these positions again, and it won't be the pressure, because he's been able to do it. And once he's accomplished, he's proven it to himself. So congratulations, because if he's confident, you see the talent level, it just makes it greater for the sport of golf.
Right. I mean, they said as Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro was the man, and obviously retired now, one of the greatest hitters of all time. They're terrific at basketball. You can go back to, they love their sports. Tiger Woods stepping out yesterday on Twitter, rooting for this guy. Very happy for him. Knows the weight of the world is off his back, but he would have went down, man, if Xander Schauffele does not implode on 16.
Xander's a come-from-behind guy, right? And Xander, well, you think that, but I mean, if I'm Xander Schauffele today, I lost that tournament.
He knows.
Right? So he knows.
And he took it like a champ, man. But he could be my new favorite guy. Just his attitude is second to none.
Yep.
He took it with a smile on his face. Well, he's like, would you have done anything different? He's like, obviously, I wish I could keep it on the green instead of knocking it in the water. But besides that, no, I did my best I could.
Well, it helps that if you know the relationship between him and his father, who's a professional tennis player, but he's like they're buddies, but you should see the competitiveness. So you can see that fire competitor just because he's quiet, but that's owning up to the accountability. And when he gets himself in that position again, it's like I always say, Scotty Bowman rules. You can make a mistake. Don't make the same one again. So
he won't.
It worked out. You know what? As the temperature of the world, other than your household in disarray, Maz, but the rest of the golf world went to bed happy last night.
Yeah, I was very happy over
He still made
this
$1 million, Shoffley did. So wasn't a bad
It wasn't a
weekend's
bad,
work.
right.
Wasn't a bad
It
weekend's
wasn't a
work.
bad day in the office.
Luke made $140.
So,
I know.
I mean, hey, it's to each their own.
man, Luke, I'm surprised you even showed up to work today.
Yeah.
Hey, I was betting everybody but Matsuyama.
Yeah.
Because on Sunday, I'm like, they're going to catch him. I bet Shoffley. I bet, is it Leishman? I bet Leishman, whatever the hell his name is. I already had 4 other guys. Spieth I didn't play, and he was even playing.
Listen,
good. He
Matt,
played well.
people don't understand. I do. That goes back to your horse race. You were trying to
Chasing.
beat the chalk.
I was
You were
chasing
trying
him,
to
yeah.
beat the chalk.
I was.
Right? You had him in for the second.
I did.
You put him in your exactors.
Luke
you
bet
went
the chalk, but he
you
won.
went all Matsuyama, all. I know you did. Sometimes it doesn't
I
work
love
out.
it. So in our last segment, we were talking about what Matsuyama would possibly have in his Champions Dinner next year. I'm expecting it to be incredibly extravagant. D-Mac, you said you're expecting him to have blowfish,
I
that
said
really
maybe.
deadly blowfish. So I Googled this because I've never heard of this. And I just Googled what blowfish needs to be cooked, otherwise it is poisonous to human. And it came up. The fugu is what it's called. And according to the BBC.com, the Japanese delicacy fugu, or blowfish, is so poisonous that the smallest mistake in its preparation could be fatal. But Tokyo city government is planning to ease restrictions that allow only highly trained and licensed chefs to serve the dish. So why this is not strict? First off, why would you even want to eat something that could potentially be your last meal? And it's a delicacy. Why are you going to pay top dollar for a delicacy?
Give it
that's
to the
gonna
other
be,
golfers. You know, you
I
stay
mean,
away
that's
from
one
it.
thing, right?
The whole
You're
joke,
not gonna bring
the whole
that to the
joke
state.
behind
Nobody's
it is
gonna eat
that
this.
they got the blowfish served, and you just see 3 guys whose heads hit their plate, and you go, "Oh, he didn't like those guys." You know, we're
Yeah,
gonna find out who he
something.
doesn't like or he doesn't.
But how could they be? Why do they have such ease restrictions on this in Tokyo that anybody without a real license can make this or proper training? This is scary to me. And then you go on and see why it's dangerous. I mean, everybody starts asking
It's got a
questions, but
lethal chemical in there that'll paralyze you and make you.
there is enough toxin in one puffer fish to kill 30 adult humans.
Can you pass that dish, please?
Could you imagine? That is going to be the most. I mean, it would be the. I don't know if any
Stick with mac and cheese.
former
Hideki.
exactly. Go back to like
No,
the fancy hot dogs.
Yeah, pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. That's what they were. Yeah, the pigs
Crab
in a blanket.
rangoons are good. You know, pass them
go
around.
back to something. Could you imagine everybody looking at this spread going, are you going to have the puffer fish? Are you going to have the puffer fish? No way.
That's funny.
No way. Yeah, that was interesting. I'm going to have to look into this a lot more now. You know,
Yeah.
get a little crazy.
Hey, Mac, tell us about the kid who finished second. Will, not Shoffley.
Will Zalatoris?
Yeah, young kid, right?
Very young.
Yeah, so Wake Forest,
man.
Wake Forest Demon Deacon,
Yeah.
and if you're a golf fan
Looks
or
like a
whatever,
kid.
he's one of this younger breed, and we've seen him play a lot before in the college tournaments, and you know Demon Deacons are always there tournament time and stuff. So this has been plugging away. The biggest thing about him, the old blondie, is everybody was commenting he looked like the caddy for Happy Gilmore, and the fact that him and Adam Sandler went back and forth on Twitter, saying he says pleasure for caddying for you, Mr. Gilmore, and he said that, and even I saw a picture of that on his wedges because you can. Print on your wedge, it says, he said, Mr. Gilmore, this will be your caddy. So
He looked like the kid from Caddyshack, too.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, he looked like Danny.
No, he's got the golf, the country club kid golf. But, you know, the one thing being as young as he is, 21 or 22, you know, it's to be in that pressure. He's from Augusta. He's from that area, so it's a dream come true. So, again, all these storylines, that's what's the beauty about golf. It's not always about winning, right? It's about that next up-and-comer, about guys that are trying to accomplish the goal. Apply it to your own game, right? You go out there, some days you play better than others, but it's like if you want to improve, you have different challenges. So I know for him, it's the same thing confidence-wise. Hideki winning, what does that mean for him? But a guy like Will Zalatoris, what does it mean for him? Scylla Schauffele, what does it mean to come up short by a swing? And
you know, I always bust your chops about the elitist sport, golf. You play golf. Of course, I don't play it, you know. But now here's the kicker. I'm a bowler. Now, you always say bowlers, I'd say 95% of them absolutely love golf and are good at it. Bowlers are great golfers. Golfers are not necessarily great bowlers. But did you happen to see this over the weekend? U.S. Open being played this weekend. This young kid, this teenage kid, his name, Anthony Newer. Check this out, what he did on national TV this past weekend.
Come on, kid, do it.
Wow.
Listen.
He got the 710, Randy! He did it! Woo-hoo-hoo! My goodness, the Ginger Assassin just dropped the 710! You bet, kid! You bet!
That is Rob Stone on Fox, on FS1. I mean, this guy, he called him the Ginger Assassin. That's an 18-year-old kid. That's the 710 split. Nearly impossible to make. Only the fourth time it's ever been made on national television. I just had to break it down.
You ever made
I wanted
one?
to show you my sport. No, I never had a 710 split made.
I feel like that is more of just something that's by coincidence or
But
sheer luck,
it is,
not
no,
real
it is
talent.
luck. It is luck.
That's not
it's
talent.
some sort of
what's
skill.
talent, but
Maz, how is it
how
you
is
make
it-
the 710? You got to
Yeah.
throw it hard at
You
one
got to
of the
throw
pins
it
with
hard
the-
and hope it bounces and hits something and comes across.
You got to get that pin, one pin
Yep.
shooting across
a,
the other.
A right-hander will shoot at the 10 pin. A lefty will shoot at the 7 pin. Show that again. You don't have to show it with the sound either, Easy. But just take a look at the revs that this guy's got to put on this ball. First of all, just to keep it on the alley and try to slide it over to make it.
unbelievable.
Only the fourth time that's ever happened. I just wanted to show you my sport,
I love
man.
it. I
That's
love
great.
it.
show you my
love
I
it.
watch that all the time, and I don't have nothing bad to say about bowlers. Bowlers and dart
Yeah.
players are athletes too.
We are.
Kingpin is one of my favorite movies, isn't it? Right?
Mine
Is it
too.
Kingpin?
Did you ever watch the PBA tour back in the day? You know, with Chris Schenkel and Bill Burton?
I like the way that they bracket it. Like you got to go the 5-4. Chris Barnes is my guy.
You like
I like Chris
Barnes?
Barnes.
All right, man.
He's
Hey, that's a good
professional.
pull there, man.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
All right, guys, so we've got Corey in the building, and I feel like every time Corey's here, there's, oh no, bad news? Oh no.
This is some unfortunate news. I don't
no.
know if they've talked about it yet, but in Minnesota, another person was unarmed. Black man was shot. Dante Wright.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was
They're
yesterday.
Canceling the games.
The
today.
Minnesota Timberwolves and Brooklyn Nets game and the Minnesota Wild and St. Louis Blues games are both in the works of being postponed.
Yep, and
due
the
to
Twins,
due to
Twins and Red Sox already canceled.
Yep.
Man, it's just bad news, man. Thanks, Corey.
I know,
Make
yeah,
that
thank
official
you.
for us. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's not good. It's not good. It was a regular traffic stop. I don't know much about it, but
Right.
this was the Minnesota Twins, what they had to say, and you can read that tweet that we have
Yeah,
out there for
they're
you.
basically saying, out of respect for the tragic events that occurred yesterday in Brooklyn Center and following the additional details in this evolving situation, the Minnesota Twins have decided it is in the best interest of our fans, staff, players, and community to not play today's game. So
Yeah.
out of respect, I like that they're saying out of respect for this tragic incident, not, and that's it. You know what I
Well,
mean? Because
let's
there's
face
gonna
it.
be
They're worried about people
rioting
staying
and-
out past
sure.
curfew, because there is a curfew in Minnesota still right now, and the George Floyd trial is still going on with Derek. I think Chauvin is how you pronounce his
Right,
last
right.
name, and it's not a good time right now. It's just
It's
not.
not.
It's not a
Well,
good time.
here's the one thing that we want to be careful of, because this is, with the social media age,
we don't know
is
what
that the
happened.
Yeah.
information gets out. We want to know the facts of what happened. So that's
Right.
why we sort of been, waiting on the news. So unfortunately, that's
Right.
the world we live in, and we will address it.
right, as we get more news. All right, guys, make sure that you are joining in on all the conversations on our social media. And we are now on Twitch, my friends. So go join our Twitch family there at Woodward Sports on all of our social media. And, of course, you can always give us a call, 313-552-6322. When we come back, we will be talking NHL trade deadline. The Wings made some moves, and we can't wait to hear about it. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Hey gang, it's Maz from my bookie, and you know it's time to win. March Madness is in the rearview mirror, Masters now in the rearview mirror, but you got baseball, you got the NBA, you got the NHL. We even bet on WWE last night, or was it WWF these days?
WWE.
WWE.
They got sued from the
Sorry,
World
man.
Wildlife
WrestleMania.
Foundation.
I want a few bucks.
WWE, Matt, take your $14, go buy that pizza.
I bet it on my
Got you
bookie
some
last
lunch,
night.
baby.
I got him at, what was it, plus 134 or plus 140 last night?
Plus 140, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns brought it home. Max said, Max, get on it. So anyway, you got to do it, and you can do it easily. All you got to do is go to mybookie.ag on your phone or your computer and use that promo code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. That's your money. Do what you want with it. And you could store it away. You could bet it all. Let it ride. Let it ride. All you got to do is go to mybookie.ag. Use that promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Monday, April 12th. Let's talk some NHL trade deadlines. We were touching on the subject on Friday. Wings were making some moves. What you got for us, D-Mac, on this?
Well, I think that Maz touched on it earlier in the update. Obviously, I'm going to break it down because you saw a three-way trade. When we talked here last week, we commented that with the salary cap, it's a different era. So not only do you want to trade for guys, you got to make it work in your money-wise. When I'm going to take, for example, what the Detroit Red Wings did in trading Brian Lashoff to the Columbus Blue Jackets for David Savard before sending Lashoff to Tampa Bay and getting a fourth-round
Sneaky deal.
So what happens is you have to understand is that that David Savard's contract, $3 million, had to come through Detroit's system so Detroit could pick up half the money. Right, when we're talking about how does Tampa pick up a player when they don't have enough to sign a minor league guy? Well, they picked up half of Savard's contract, and Lashoff is on probably a two-way minor league deal, which makes the money work out. So the bottom line for the Detroit Red Wings is what they've done with the Patrick Nemeth, the Colorados, and now the Brian Lashoffs moving here is, and then the John Merrill, who went to Montreal for, hey, got a Verbeek back, Pat Verbeek's nephew, and Hayden Verbeek. Hey, listen, all those Verbeeks.
Is he the littler ball of hate?
You know what? He's probably a bigger ball of hate. You know, he can't be much littler than Pat Verbeek. But what I'm saying is these Verbeeks, there's an engine that runs in them. From even Pat's son Kyle, who he played some pro or whatever, but just being around, there's an engine. Now, Pat Verbeek, right now, being Steve Yzerman's right-hand man in the organization, being right hand to the president and the general manager, this is the more that I see the lineage, just like Drapes drafting his son, that's good. But the bottom line is what Steve and Pat and Drapes, the war chest. And this is where I implore you. Now, we can look and say what happened. Well, you know, Bobby Ryan got hurt, Bernier got hurt. Obviously, with what the plan going forward, the Mark Stahls and the other guys weren't there. What you have to look at now is that Steve's putting this team together. Now I want people at the trade deadline, I want you to go through the roster and see who are Steve Yzerman guys, meaning who did he draft, who did he trade for, who did he sign, and who are Ken Holland guys, right? And this ain't a bad thing or a test, but that's the Larkins, the Manthas, right? that are over here, the guys, the Bertuzzis, the guys that are developing and stuff like that we're looking to develop the culture. But the guys over here, and I bring a guy in to play like a Adam Ernie. And Adam Ernie's got 10 goals on the season, right? That's a Steve Yzerman guy that he brought over from Tampa. So slowly but surely, we are building. And as I will say, and I say it all the time, 3, 4, 5 years isn't 3, 4, or 5 months, which is where we're at now. So it's trust in the process. I believe that that's what we're doing here is stockpiling. I believe that Steve Yzerman, as always, has a game plan, and it's coming to fruition. So follow the lead. Going into the game tonight against Carolina, you're getting an opportunity. So what does this mean? Well, now you get a Dennis Cholowski in the lineup. You got a Biega. You get guys playing bigger minutes, especially on the D, to find out more of what you have than what you don't have. So as far as the Red Wings, it was maybe we expected more moves, Maz. Maybe we, thought that there was other guys that were gonna go, but right now, I think you got to be happy. And if you look around the league, like you said, Columbus won. You look at the organizations and you look at guys that are willing to deal and have the relationships with each other, because those are the pipelines. And the fact that the Columbus, the way that they run the show with Tortorello, Yarmo at the top and stuff like that, those are the things, because they're culture guys, they're culture picks and stuff that we've seen in all sports. Some teams like to deal with other teams. So
Wings had 11 picks coming up in the 2021 draft, so they're going to be. You're going to see the new Red Wing regime starting to pull in. So they have 11
picks, but let's not forget, let's go on the Googler and go look across the pond and see what Maurice Sider, what Joe Veleno, what Marcus Redmond, what some of these future guys that are Yzerman's picks, what they're doing in their development. They're doing some big things over there. So it's coming. It's just we just got to be patient, and that's the hard part, because in the society we want it, but trust the process. Yeah. And if that shows you the path a little bit more, I mean, for me, it's just we just keep walking on the same path.
Let me ask you this, Mac. Back in the day, the NHL trade deadline was second to none. It was phenomenal. I remember sitting there and the deals just kept coming in, and big names being moved.
Well, it used to be, Hall of Famer are we going to add to our roster?
You don't see that anymore. It's the damn salary cap. I say get rid of the salary cap again. I really do. What good is it? They're circumvented anyway. What good is it?
Well, you know what? I don't care.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of it from us. I don't care.
The players do well.
Listen, if we got rid of it, that would help our organization get better quick.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that they do that is because it's Batman hockey. It's parity.
But it's
down
change
to 5
again.
teams getting into the playoffs in the last game of the year. This is Gary Bettman hockey. This is what happens when you get a basketball mind to run hockey. That's what we are in. We've been in it.
The most booed commissioner in all of sports, and that is even more. He gets more boos than Roger Goodell. The man, he gets booed, and he'll get booed in Seattle.
That feels almost impossible.
The Kraken don't even play yet. They'll play next year and boo.
The whole thing is the coup d'etat is when a Canadian team hosts the Stanley Cup playoffs, and he's got to present the cup to the Canadian team. Those fans will boo him like as hard as you can. That's why they don't have the draft in Canada.
They haven't had it since '93, the Cup in Canada.
That's 93? What I mean. That's what I'm. They're waiting. We Lions fans here. Like I've been waiting for so long. Canada's waiting they're not waiting for the Cup. They're waiting to yell at the commissioner.
It's your sport. It's Canada's sport.
Well, lacrosse is our sport.
Yeah, that's your national sport. I learned that in a trivia show.
Oh, mama.
Fish, did you have something to add to this?
Yeah. In European soccer, they have no salary cap.
All right.
They just
Fish, did you know that if you're dealing with things across the pond, usually in Europe, which means F1 or European soccer, that's the B club.
Makes sense.
So that's the Billionaires Club. That doesn't count. We don't really get to we talk in the M club, but we can't talk in the B club because only Pilar can relate to that.
No, I can't relate to
you can.
Fish,
they just have a rule that you can't. It's called fair play rule. You can't spend more money than you make. So that's how they offset that rule.
Yeah, but that's how Chelsea, Arsenal, all the big
ones that are making a ton of cash. can get all those big players.
By the way,
We're going to get to the B club, by the way, Fish. We're going to get there.
T-Wolves and Nets are postponed officially tonight in Minnesota. So that's 2 games down. We're waiting on the Blues and the Wild now to succumb to the
I'm sure
pressure.
you can just, if you've got any bets going on there, just go on and cancel them. I'm
Speaking
pretty
of
sure
bets,
that they are going to win.
Our next segment, we're going to talk about Major League Baseball and the instant replay. I had some money last night on the Braves against the Phillies. We're going to talk about it, but I got my money refunded today by a couple of the places I placed these bets on.
Oh, that's good.
There's a reason for it.
I know.
Because they effed up.
Yeah, but that's nice that they refunded.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like sometimes it's easy for them to get your money, but sometimes it's very difficult when it's one of those things where they messed up.
I didn't ask for it.
You don't get your money
They just
back.
did
They
it.
automatically do. That means that they knew that they were going to be getting hit up.
This is
Easy. What do we have before we hit the
Wings trade Mantha. Breaking
What?
news.
What?
The Red Wings traded Mantha.
Yep, I'm seeing
Wait,
that on
what?
social media too, on our Instagram.
For who?
I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm gonna get the rest of the details for you up real quick. I'm gonna look up right now.
Yep.
Well, you know what? In the future, you want to let Corey know that's breaking news?
He doesn't cover hockey, D-Mac. He just covers the other
so
sports.
let me touch on this right now, and you know why?
He went to the Oilers.
Goes right to my conversation. Who's in the Oilers? Uncle Ken.
Now it's saying they move him to the Capitals.
Why would you do me like that?
I had to.
No, why would you have to?
Wait, Kevin Weeks saying they're moving Mantha to the Capitals for Panic and Vrana. More coming up. That is Kevin Weeks, the former goaltender, now at NHL Network. So looks like Mantha to the Caps.
Okay, so let's break here before.
I had you going there for Kenny. Sorry, man.
Oh, that was
for Kenny Holland.
You were joking.
No, I wasn't. It was up there. Someone put it up there.
Okay, good.
Someone
So
put
it's
it up
not.
there.
So
It was
see,
too
see,
instant.
see how
Instant.
mad? If he said no, I did it to you, I'd be like, oh, sinister. But I knew somebody let him into that. But here's the point, right? Goes right back to the point. So Stevie didn't draft Mantha as much as I would brag about him, and he's gonna take the time. Obviously, the return, and he wasn't sort of in the plans to what the return we got. So Richard Panic, score of Jacob Vrana, and a first and a second round there.
Wow.
You missed out the first and second round pick.
Didn't
so
say
you
that.
look at that haul right there. You got 2
That's good.
legit players.
Wow, that's good.
And that's a great deal.
That's good.
I can't. That right there, guys, is why.
Yeah.
Right? What did I say last week? I said I put it out on Twitter. I don't think Mantha, unless it's too good to be true. That's a too good to be true. Now add that up, right? So that's a first, a second, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, a ninth, a person, this, that, and this. How do you guys feel? How do you guys
they're
feel?
letting
Let
us
us
know.
know, because initially I was like sort of shocked, but here's the shock that I go to is like, but if I'm going to trust Steve Yzerman, I got to look deeper. What did we get? Okay, this, that. Okay, it makes sense in the direction we're going to go. Trust me, there's sacrificial guys along the way, right?
Yeah.
We had Paul Coffey, Dino Cicerelli, Primo, guys like that we had to get rid of, top guys. So I actually think this is probably one of the biggest moves that has been made in a long time.
Yeah.
And if you're a Red Wing fan, kudos and good luck to Anthony Mantha. Dude, he gets to go play with Ovi.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and Backstrom dishing backdoor power play. This is going to be fun, and it'll be good for the kid too, and I wish him all the best.
Yeah,
I just don't see the Caps doing much. I still don't.
Yeah, but who cares? Look what we got back in return.
I don't know. I'm saying we stole it, I think. I think the Red Wings stole this deal, to be perfectly frank.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Washington's in a position where they're making runs now, right? Ovi's not there forever, whatever. This gives them another gun. They need another gun out there. That gives them a gun. They also got Oshie. They also got Wilson. They got John Carlson, right? Yeah. So this is what they think they need to get over the hump. Obviously, given Panic and Vrana, who are great guys, and a first and second rounder. So
how about this? What team in the East do you think is most in their way?
Whose way?
The Caps. I would say the Islanders. And who coaches the Islanders?
Right.
Barry Trotz, the guy that brought the cup to Washington.
Right. So exactly. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
If they play in the playoffs, that should be such a
Holy
series.
crow.
Yeah, so social media on our Facebook, I'm reading all the comments. They're coming in. They're coming in hot, guys. We like it. Keep hitting us up at Woodward Sports. Tammy said it was a great deal. A lot of people are saying it's a great deal. But obviously, I feel like the responses, they're sad to see him go. They liked him, but is what we're saying. I like him,
that's okay.
And that is
so,
okay,
So be
right?
a fan,
like
be an Anthony
him.
Mantha fan. Cheer him on. Hope he scores 50 goals in Washington. You know, cheer him every time. Wear his jersey and stuff like that. That's about being a hockey fan. And this isn't the first, and this isn't the last of some of your cherished boys that you're going to fall in love with that are going to be gone before this team is set to make their run. So get used to it. What you want is to be satisfied in the return and see the vision, what Steve Yzerman is playing out for you guys. So I know all you guys online and all the Wing Wheel Nation out there, I mean, it's a good day. It's a sad day. But again, you know, you're still friends.
Right, right. Yeah, and I feel that, like, you know, anybody who's a fan of the Detroit Red Wings, they're gonna say, you know what, it's sad to see him go, but it was a good deal for us. Fish, what do you have?
Kevin wants to talk about the Red Wings trading Mantha. You want to talk to him now or after the break?
Let's get to a quick break because we're up against the clock, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We're going to continue to talk about this trade that's got social media moving.
All right.
All right. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art.
Morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. We are talking about the latest trade that is just happening with the Detroit Red Wings. I know, D-Mac, you're awfully busy right now.
I'm just texting with Drapes. And
Did he write you back? I wrote him.
What's that?
I texted him. Did he write you back?
What's that?
Did he write you back?
I was texting him earlier.
Okay.
So
I'm sure your phone is blowing up right now with people, but
here's the thing, right? What are we saying? What have I been saying? 3, 4 year, 5-year plan. This is part of the plan.
Right.
So it's part of the Yzer plan. Now, you don't trade everybody. Every trade that happens in sports, you don't like to get rid of guys, but it's about building and moving forward. And a lot in this case is, you know, sort of a win-win, right? For all the people here that wanted to progress Anthony Mantha and saw the potential and different things like that, well, you know what? He's going to have an opportunity to go do that if you were a fan. But what he brought you in return is that's the whole thing, is what you got in return and what Steve Yzerman got. So moving forward, because you got 2 guys that are going to play. You got a third-line guy who's a scorer, Verana, and you got Panic, who could play up there too. These are seasoned pros. Right. And then the first and second round.
We've got a caller, right? We've got Kevin, and you guys keep giving us the call, 313-552-6322. And of course, we love your comments on social media at Woodward Sports. But do we still have Kevin on the line? All right, Kevin, welcome to the show. You're on The Hook.
Hey, this is a great trade for the Detroit Red Wings. 100%. 2 guys that can play and a first and second round pick. I mean, Mantha, you know, he's not a Crosby. He's not a Stamkos. I mean, I like the kid. He's good. He's solid. But for that deal, you can't pass that up. And the other thing is, I truly believe if Bertuzzi were playing all year long, that he would probably be another guy that could have gotten a return like this as well.
I disagree with you there. I disagree because what you've seen is the intangibles that Tyler Bertuzzi and Anthony Mantha are different players, but what Tyler Bertuzzi brings to that team. Obviously, the return, absolutely. This is you look at the return, and as disappointing, it makes you sad. But as a fan, you're like, wow, okay, great. Because that gives us 7 picks in the first 2 rounds this year. Yeah. You know, this gets you guys.
What are you going to need?
What's that?
You're going to need a goaltender.
Well, hey, Kevin, if you've listened to me talk at all over the last 3 years, is that when this is the point. Look at me. This is the point when you know the Red Wings are ready to make that move. Is when Steve Yzerman goes out and either drafts, trades, or signs for the goaltender that's going to take us to the promised land. Until you see that move, then Steve Yzerman isn't ready for this team. And I don't care how much we're ready. Until he's ready, nobody's ready. So you're 100%, just like I've been preaching, it's the goaltender. So it's not this year, right? We're building, but 7 picks in the first 2 rounds, you would expect that would give the opportunity, me being a second-round pick, and I'd be the worst out of the 7, and still I end up with 4 cups. So, I mean, it gives you more to...
And a cup-winning goal.
Thanks,
yeah, this is a Braden point. This is guys like that from Tampa that he drafted. You know, all them dudes that he put together
to
make a spectacular team that should have won a lot more than they did, but, you know, hey. And they're still pretty much, the nucleus is together, so we'll see what happens.
Well, that's all it, man. Appreciate the call, Kev. But every time,
Thanks,
that's
Kev.
it. It's you see the progress,
right,
not perfection. And if you're going down the yellow brick road that I'm going down, we're not running. Right now, we're walking. We will be skipping, then we will be running. But right now, it's just a nice leisurely stroll.
That's cool, man. I'm glad that this is a big-time deal. This will be the deal they talk about on NHL Network going forward. This is a
cultural
like a
deal to
It is.
set you
It
up.
is.
What everybody has been wishing for is like, how do we move quicker? Well, you know what? You amass picks and you get legitimate players.
Yeah.
Like when I see a Panic and a Verona, well, these guys got years left, and these guys have played in the trenches, and these guys have played in big games in different teams.
How do you think they're feeling, by the way? You've been,
I wasn't traded.
I meant to say
I
know
signed
players that have been.
I chose where I went.
Right.
So there's a difference. So if
Not that you've been traded.
Here's the first thing.
A player going from the
first thing.
penthouse to the outhouse, basically.
Here's the first thing,
Go ahead.
Matt. Steve Yzerman calls them and tells them how big of part of the future they are. And if they buy into being part of the future, then they'll be happy. If not, they're unrestricted or they're restricted, and then they'll be moved out. But he's not going to make a move for guys without having an idea. Now, whether guys buy in or not, that's not what it is. The big thing here is the kids that he gets to pick. Again, look down the lineup. Separate Steve Yzerman guys from Ken Holland guys. And I'm just saying that because Mantha was a Holland guy. Much as I loved him, he's a Holland guy. And to Kevin's point, Bertuzzi's like a Giovanni Smith. He's got intangibles that you can't get anywhere else. So we're putting the pieces together now, right? We got the board. We're coming around again. So we're closer to 3 years, but that's years. There's 365 days in a year. That means over 1,000 days.
So with these comments coming in, I want to read one real quick, and I want to get your take on this.
Yep.
Ralph says, Wings' lack of offense just took a hit. There are not many 6'5", I just lost it.
Yeah, 6'5" goal scorers and stuff like that. Really,
it went down. You guys are coming in hot with these comments. I can't read them fast enough.
This is compared to like the Matthew Stafford trade. I'm not a big hockey guy, so I'm asking: is this similar to that?
You got jerseys. You got a hockey jersey.
I'm a fan of this.
Is this
guy
similar
right
to
here.
the Stafford trade? No, because you're not bringing the biggest player back, but in the future this could be established. So to say, let's see what the Lions do with the draft choices they got in the trade for Goff, because that's where this is, but. You know, it's where the teams are at. Where Washington's at, they got to fight. Like Matt said, is they're going for another cup? It's the end of the Ovi era coming in the next few years as he's going on his trying to break the goal record. But this is a thing to win now for Washington, and this is like the move for Detroit in getting the draft picks and, you know, sort of building that culture, but building it the Yzerman way.
So, and just to let you know, social media that's hot right now is saying, no, it's not the same. Tammy says, I have helmets, gloves, and jerseys for Mantha. This is nowhere near a Stafford trade.
Well, you know what? Then that goes down to your,
I love what social
love.
media is saying right now. I love that everybody's got something to say on this one. This one's good.
We got great fans, but
this
is a good, you know, at the end of the day, this is a good day in Wings. Sometimes you got to say, sometimes it buys a second chance, right?
Right.
Shine down. Let's go.
Yeah, so Keep your
it's good
comments
stuff.
coming. We like them. And obviously, it's great to have D-Mac here and get your opinion on it. It is your sport.
Yeah, well, it's my sport. It's my life.
Your life.
What you do is not who you are, but it's my family. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like, hey, this is the Corleones for me, right? So I love Mantha. I love him as a kid. I love him as a player. But sometimes it's like the opportunity. And to the point about, but we're not worried about scoring goals this year. Good. I hope they score one goal the rest of the year, lose all the rest of the games, and then find out how the league's going to screw us to get the 5th pick overall. Right? So it's about moving forward. It's not about scoring goals. It's not about now. It's about moving to the future.
This is another good one. Richard wrote, hope Stevie was wearing a mask when he robbed the Caps. That is a good one.
But again,
so that everybody's happy about
the Caps
this.
knew what they needed. They knew what they wanted. That's why they gave.
This is the old school we're talking about back in the day where you said no salary cap.
Correct.
This is Washington going out and going, we can get them. We don't care what it is. Yeah, we're giving away that, but we're not ready to rebuild yet.
They got a hell of a player.
Hell of a player. And he could, we could be talking about him, look at how he clicks.
Yeah.
He's got a guy who's actually getting like a natural center in Nicholas Backstrom, one of the greatest passers in the league. I mean, Mantha, nobody shoots it as harder than Mantha. Some guys shoot it as hard, but not harder. So it'll be exciting for him. I'm excited for him and the opportunity that this presents him with that experience of a team that has won the cup, right? So he's coming from a team that doesn't have any Stanley Cup experience, and they're trying to find their own way to a team that's established. This could be the best thing for his career. It's a win-win.
How about Ali Afraidy, a former Capital, against him? Who has the hardest slap shot?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's right there.
Really?
Yeah. And Mantha's one-timer, the puck off his stick, you've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
You
should see him hit a golf ball, bro.
We could in 2 years, we could be going back. What the hell was Stevie thinking? I could just hear the words.
No, you can't because
right now
you knew
we're
exactly.
excited.
That's when it's that's when teams dance, right? When one's at the bottom, one needs something that it doesn't, one at the top needs, and then you have a relationship. So,
yeah,
mama. Good
all
stuff.
right, guys. Yeah, but we love all these comments. You guys have got some great comments coming in. I feel everybody's happy for both sides. Everybody's happy for Mantha, and everybody's excited for.
I'm just happy they made a deal.
Detroit Red Wings.
A big deal.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. All right, guys. So we're gonna end up pushing our trivia Get Home with Hall Financial to the next hour because this kind of got crazy. So get your fingers stretched and ready to start dialing because when we come back, we're going to hit Maz's sports update, and then we're going to go straight into our trivia with game, Get Home with Hall Financial, where they're winning, what, $100 gift card?
$100 gift card to Lashish.
Oh, if you've never eaten at Lashish,
Arabic food.
I have not.
Yeah, phenomenal.
I mean,
yummy.
Here. Hey,
I feel like I should go
garlic
there today
paste.
after. Have you gone to Detroit Wing Company yet?
No,
So how are you going to
haven't.
say you're going to move on to Lashish? Have you watched what movie show? You watched Kong and Godzilla yet?
No, we
Now,
fell
what,
asleep. We
okay,
fell asleep
you have
after
homework,
watching
young
Masters.
lady.
I know.
How about the Fab Five 30 for 30?
I'm always
Did you get
hungry.
that yet?
No, the Fab Five. I haven't. I did watch part of it, not all of it yet, though.
All right.
There's a lot going on in the world
There
of
is.
sports. All right.
Plus, what happened was.
Yeah.
Well,
So what happened was we did start watching Godzilla, and then I started watching it with my eyes closed. It was too late. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We still got so much show left. When we come back, you're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Well, Big Mo, might as well take some big 8 Mile vodka with you on the way. Obviously, I always say, don't tell me what, tell me who. And if I'm holding up any alcohol at all, it's got to be the people behind 8 Mile vodka. Mikey, George, and their whole team. This is what Detroit's all about, brewed in the city itself. 90-liter batches, optimal quality control and care. carbon filtered, aerated, and bottled at the perfect time to produce a subtle taste with smooth finish and a character all its own. Again, I'll have to deter to Pilar for that. What I like is the bottle's cool. You could do a lot of stuff with it. Even the stuff on the inside, if you're looking for it, ask your bartender for 8 Mile Vodka or pick one up at Meijer. Always drink responsibly. If you're going to drink, go see my boys at 8 Mile Vodka.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Monday, April 12th. I'm Pilar Lastra. To my left, we've got D-Mac. To my right, we've got Maz.
Busy.
We've got Fish in the fishbowl. We got Eazy D behind the glass. And, of course, we have got Luke trying to keep up with all the social media comments. So keep them coming at Woodward Sports. And make sure that you are giving us a call, 313-552-6322. In about 10 minutes, we're going to get to our trivia game. So for your chance to win a $100 gift card to
Lashish.
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 Oh, Lashish, okay.
There you go. You got it.
Lashish.
Dial up, guys.
Fancy.
Fish will talk to you and put you on the line. Then
Yes.
we're going to pick. We're going to pick who wants the easy questions today. That's all I got to say.
They're good questions, guys.
They're easy.
Normally, I'm busting his chops about them.
It's like, what do you hit in baseball? It's like those kind of questions. So you better call in.
We can hit a lot. You can hit a home run. You can hit.
What color? What color
Even
are
Pilar's excited. That
Pilar,
must
here's
be.
one for you. What color are the stitches on a baseball?
Red.
Okay, those are the kind of questions that I have today.
All right, Maz, get to your sports update.
I will. By the way, Easy, I just sent you something I want to use, so let me know when you have it. I texted you. Anyway, let's start it off with the trade deadline in the NHL. It ended at 3, but a late deal came in a little bit after this, and we just talked about it. Red Wings, they trade Anthony Mantha, power right winger, to the Washington Capitals for Richard Panik, Jacob Verana, a first-round pick in 2021, and a second-round pick in 2022. There it is on the board for you. They also made some deals over the weekend. We'll talk more about this as the day goes on. Pretty good if you're a Red Wing fan. A little bit exciting here towards the end of trade deadline day. The Tigers, meanwhile, start a 3-game set tonight with the Astros in Houston. They were swept by the Tribe over the weekend, so they're out at 3-6, and they're going to be without Miggy for a while. He is down. What happened to him? He went on the IL with a left bicep strain. He's still 12 home runs shy of 500. Julio Teheran, the pitcher that was with Atlanta a couple of years ago, was really well. Didn't have a good year last year. They brought him on. He was going to start, and he got scratched a couple of times already. Now he's down with right shoulder strain. He could be out for a few starts. Casey Mize, the young phenom, gets the ball tonight against Zach Greinke, a World Series champion in that. The matchup from Minute Maid Park at 8:10. The Red Sox and Twins postponed tonight for safety reasons. We told you about that earlier. The Nets and Timberwolves have been canceled as well. It was just bad things happening in the Minnesota area. We're going to catch up on that. We have the Minnesota Twins. We have what they wrote on Twitter, why they were canceling. And it's for Dante Wright, who was yesterday at a traffic stop just outside Minneapolis, was fatally shot. And just add this to all the other things that have been happening. The George Floyd trial is still going on, so lots of things going on. They have you got to get inside by a certain time, so they have to call a timeout right now for Minnesota sports. Hideki Matsuyama won the Masters yesterday, one-shot winner over Will Zalatoris. He made over $2 million American, but translated into Japan, by the time he's done with everything going over there, he's going to be like the emperor of Japan. It could be worth $1 billion. With a B, $1 billion to Hideki Matsuyama. Pistons, they have the day off. They will play the Clippers on Wednesday. They lost to them last night. They lost a 12-point lead. They let it get away, 131-124. They fall in L.A. A-Rod and his partner set to buy the Timberwolves for $1.5 billion. And on this day in sports, we take you back to 2013. It's not a great day. It was Kobe Bryant playing his ass off as usual against the Warriors. But guess what? Tears his Achilles on this day in 2013. Still goes to the free throw line after he's injured.
One-on-one, isolated for the tie. He's got it. It's 107 all. The Mamba is looking like the Mamba. 8 from their reserves. Ryan again going to work, falls down. Again, he's struggling. And he's going to stay down there for a bit.
Trying to massage that left ankle a little bit.
Harrison Barnes picks up the foul. Warriors are out of fouls. Lakers have 3 this quarter as Kobe gets helped up.
Well, he's made his last couple of threes. That one just catch and fire, and then his last 3 to tie the game just holds in 8 seconds to play.
And need him at the free throw line. Got it.
Yeah, not backpedaling or whatever he has to do to get to the other end. If in fact he gets to the other end before a foul, maybe.
Made him. Lakers might foul.
Man, what guts on that kid, man. Huh? What the kid, I call him a kid, but Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest of all time. Achilles. Never had it myself. I don't even know if I have an Achilles, but I know when you blow it out, it is one of the worst. It's one of the worst injuries that an athlete can suffer. What does he do? He doesn't cry. He doesn't do anything. He goes to the free throw line and nails 2 shots without actually bending his leg, as you could see. And, of course, it cost him the rest of that year and most of the following year. But, I mean, Kobe Bryant, what more can you say, Mac, on a guy like that?
You know, and obviously, you know, to having lost him makes it these moments. I'm glad you bring him up, but you can see it in his eyes. You watch that, and when he goes assassin, especially after he hits, and he just had this.
He knows
like,
he's
you
done.
know that I
done.
know that you know that I'm better than you.
Yeah. And he knows he's done.
And here's the thing: it's not when things are going good. It's in moments like that, because how do you lead? How do you show? Like, you know what that reminds me of? Steve Eisman, 2002 Stanley Cup Finals. Playing with bone on his playing on one leg, you know, watching him taking shots 3 before a game, never complaining, always asking, hey, how you doing, Silk? I'm good. How are you? Worry about yourself. You know, like stuff like that. And then you watch him in the corner get knocked down, and it takes him like 30 seconds to get on his feet. And you know the perseverance you went through. So as for his teammates and the people around him, that's just motivation to either, you know, you can do more. That's what it is. If he's doing that, then it's easy for me, right? Because I had the leadership, right? To the hard work is so much around me, and examples are so much around me that you bleed into the culture. That's what culture is, and that's Kobe culture. That's the thing about working.
Who would know that
the Mamba mentality?
Yeah, who would know that he's not going to be around, you know, for us anymore? Back then, I mean, I still can't wrap my head around that, and I never will, but. Hats off, Kobe.
I know,
we love you, but go back.
So many times that I will refer to his work ethics, especially with my stepson, when my stepson's talking about his training or whatever in golf, and I'll probably, my kids aren't familiar with Kobe. My 2 little ones, they're not familiar with Kobe Bryant, but I will probably still be using him as a reference in his work ethics and what he used to do when my kids become of age to start using them. I mean, he's incredible athlete.
He's the Mamba.
But he wasn't just an incredibly born athlete, just one that was just born gifted. Yes, he was very gifted, but he worked so hard at his craft.
Well, that's all it is, guys. What have you put in to get out? And if you're honest with yourself in the mirror, you know it. I'm not getting mad at the bad golf that I played, Miles, because I haven't been practicing. So, you know, don't worry about not picking up the 7-10 split like the Red Rocket there.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all.
And Maz, you do have an Achilles tendon.
I know
Social
that.
media is letting you know that
I do know, but I can't find it. It's buried somewhere. By the way, going back to the Red Wings, Ken Cal put out something, the incomparable Ken Cal, earlier today. On this day in history, I got to say it. The next Red Wing goal, and it's not going to be from Anthony Mantha. Could be from one of the new guys that are coming. Anyway, the next goal that a Red Wing scores will be the franchise's 20,000th goal in the history of that franchise. It goes all the way back to 1926. Harold Halderson netted the very first goal against, you ready for this, Fish? A team called the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's right. There was a Pittsburgh Pirates in the NHL way back when. That was the team's first ever goal. So the next Red Wing goal will be the team's 20,000th. Mac, I think you should sign a one-day contract. Get back out on the ice. Take one shot at it maybe and try to get that 20,000th goal.
Hold on. I'm trying to do the math. So I had 120 regular season goals as a Detroit Red Wing. So that should be easy. So I'm responsible for .006.
Yes.
Of the Red Wing of that.
Franchise goals.
Dude, if that was Bitcoin, I'd be rich.
Oh,
Right?
mama. Mac, it's got your name written over you. Anyway, they make this big trade, right? So we always make mistakes here. I mean, left and right. Let's face it. We don't have audio when we need it. We don't know what the hell I don't know what I'm talking about half the time.
It's a learning
It's a learning thing. But here's a professional outlet called TSN in Canada. It's like ESPN.
They've been around 40 years.
They've been around. Here they are, just minutes ago, trying to talk to Anthony Mantha himself. I just want to tell you, this is pretty cool. Brad Galley put this out. I just stole it from him on Twitter. Here, check this out.
Anthony, can you hear James?
Watch this now.
Anthony Mantha here, so we keep trying. We're having obviously some technical difficulties. We've had Anthony on the line a couple of times, but he clearly can't hear us.
Look at this.
Or we can't hear him. So we'll continue to try to get Anthony on the line.
Guys, as he walks across the set.
The general manager of the Edmonton Oilers spoke a few minutes ago. Let's hear some from Ken Holland as we try to get Anthony back.
Oh, that's classic.
Did you see that? How Maz? You see how Maz set me up, and they said like Ken Holland, we're going to talk to him. Like if Maz was playing a joke that he went to Edmonton, he would have had me.
I had you, man.
But that's the professional. But look at
that's live TV. That's great.
Listen, all good professionals carry a backpack.
But I love that the host doesn't even break stride. He's probably watching it in the television, being like, "What is going on?" But he doesn't break stride. He pretends it's not even happening.
Hey, I break stride easy because I want to call you out. That's why I break stride.
Yes, you do, but it happens. There's many times I try to not break stride, and I just hear you guys calling out the situation. But all right, guys, when we come back, it is time for us to play Get Home with Hall Financial, our baseball trivia. And guys, you want to get in on this, so give us a call, 313-552-6322. You are playing for a chance to win a $100 gift card to La Chiche.
That's it.
All right, guys. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Maz for Hall Financial. Interest rates are always changing, so now is the time to call our friends at Hall Financial. You don't know what's going to happen, so be smart. Make the call now. Rates are low because you could be saving money and maybe time on your mortgage. Hall Financial is fast. They do all the heavy lifting for you. Call or go right to the mortgage. Go to davidhallmortgage.com to get started. Remember, Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, more personal attention. Tell them Maz and The Hook sent you from Woodward Sports.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from my bookie studios. It's Monday, April 12th. All right, my friends, it is time for us to play our favorite trivia game. Get Home with Hall Financial. It's baseball trivia. And this week, it's why are you giggling?
I'm laughing. I'm just laughing.
I would say this is a good one. This is a good one. I feel like we actually are going to get a winner today. So give us a call, 313-552-6322. Who do we have, Fish?
We have Pete, who's been on hold for 58 minutes and 55 seconds. The legend himself. He is on the air.
Pete, I hope you win this because that is a long time to be holding,
I just got to say, I'm watching Facebook Live. We watch YouTube. We have all the same hookers on here. We got our Woodies on here.
Hookers. When you say hookers, we mean
our listeners.
Hook
our hook listeners. Yeah, we call them hookers. Pete and Kevin are the only people that call in that win this. Do you guys not want to win anything? I don't get it.
Well, Maz, technically, Pete hasn't won.
I know.
So why
I have not won. Correct.
Until he wins, right? Kevin, I would say if Kevin's being greedy and trying to call back and win everything, but this is Pete. Pete put in the gold college try. So what Maz means is that if anybody else wants to try after he's confident in Pete picking up this gift card, that's what he's telling you, Pete. Try to pump your tires, bro. You ready?
And you got to be much like Pete. Pete has called in from the beginning of the show to be the first one
Yeah, but Pete
to
calls
get
Fish's
in.
cell phone, so I mean that doesn't count.
Now, Pete doesn't sound like,
most valuable phone caller.
it doesn't sound like he has a good line right now.
love
Pete,
it.
talk to us.
Okay, hi guys, how's it going?
We're
Okay,
doing all
well,
right.
hopefully it's going to be easy because we've got a lot of static on this call. So it's
There are no clues on these things. There are no.
No, you don't need
clues.
clues.
Okay.
You got 5 seconds for each question. That's it, Pete.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. If you get them all, we advance you around the bases, first base, second, third, and home. You get home, we give you a $100 gift card to Lashish. Here you go, Pete. How many players are on base if the bases are loaded?
1, 2, 3. 3.
That is correct. Oh, my God.
Okay, next question. Do I get it or you're getting it?
No, you do
Okay.
it. Hold on. Let me get to the hook thing here. There you go.
There you go.
All right, go ahead.
All right,
Pilar.
Pete. How many sides does home plate have?
How many? Okay. 1, 2. It's a diamond. 1, 2, 3. Is it 4?
You said it was a diamond, and then you said 4 is a square. It's 5, Pete. Come on, man. Come on, you had it there.
Pete.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. You're going to have to try again tomorrow, my friend.
Wow. You know, you can
Thanks,
even
Pete.
save those last 2 questions
I
and
am.
put them back on.
I will save these last 2
don't
questions.
Even
Save
mention
them because
Pete.
those are good.
You're the MVP, most valuable
So-
Pete on the hook.
Yes,
We love you, Pete.
I love it. I love it. Pete, keep trying. Keep trying. Try again. If
Pete,
it
we'll
first-
give you a bonus. Instead of getting a $100 gift card to Lashish, we'll give you lunch with Eazy. Eazy will take you to lunch. That's your prize.
Hell no.
No, I'd rather
You know
go with
what I-
Fish. Fish has Lunchables.
Oh my goodness.
And no
You know-
preference. Do you know that? Sam
No,
Fisher
I
has
didn't
no
know that.
Lunchable preference. He likes them all. It's a true story.
I don't know when was the last time I had a Lunchable.
They're not very good
don't-
for you.
No, they're not good for you at all. Filled with carcinogenics. Did you know that?
Did you know
The
you're
lunch
eating
meat is
carcinogenics,
terrible.
Fish? You're eating carcinogenics.
Yeah, well, as long as I'm still alive,
You
it's
are.
fine with me.
You look good.
are. You look great.
I should eat them. Maybe I'd look as good
Listen,
as Fish.
I learned so much about lunch meat when I was pregnant. I was like, what do you mean I can't eat it? They were like, it's got all kinds of like carcinogenics and it's got some bacteria that can make you sick. I don't know.
I
but
didn't
yeah, that's
think
what I learned.
that the plate one would get anybody.
No, I didn't think so either. I mean, that's easy. It's
And he
one
sounded it
bun,
out,
then the
too.
two,
And he
then
said
it
the
goes like this.
diamond.
It's like a house,
1,
right?
2,
Yeah, it's
3,
right here.
House.
4,
right here.
5.
5.
Yeah, you guys are going to get angry at me. I definitely would have not gotten that question right.
Really?
I wouldn't have been
I
angry
was
at
going to
you.
make a joke, and because it says how many sides does home plate have? I mean, home. It's shaped like a home.
Easy.
right?
Put up a plate
But
of
then-
put up a picture of a home plate when you get a chance, just so we can look at it.
But it's a picture of a home.
Yeah, I mean,
it
you
looks
just
like a
want to run
house.
it into Pete.
Huh?
You can look at the graphic when he was on first base.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't know
Easy,
either.
do
I was
you
counting the
understand
graphic.
why
I was
you're
like,
in the big booth? Do you understand why you're at the helm, bro? Exactly.
And I was going to make a joke and say this isn't like dinner sides on home plate.
Right.
Like, you know.
He's calling in, though, so he can't watch. I'm assuming he's on his phone.
Good point.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Well, you know
Oh,
what? He
Pete.
doesn't really want the
Cut the
$100 gift
excuses.
card then. I mean, if it was me, there, it goes back
He
to the
wants
Colton
another
conversation.
reason to
Goes back to
call.
the Mamba mentality. Pete, you need Mamba mentality. You got to
Okay,
have
listen,
every
you two.
resource.
You come up with the question 1 and 2 for tomorrow. I got question 3
All
and
right.
4.
Okay.
You get one
You
and I
guys
get
get
Okay,
1.
perfect.
You guys get 2. Send them to me. We put them up.
I got it.
All right, so you know that 1 and 2 is
Wait,
gonna
are
be
you,
easy.
Maz? I feel like you're gonna trick them. You're gonna like vet their questions, and you're gonna say, "Pilar, go back. This is not too easy."
I will look.
D-Mac, this is easy. See, it's they're gonna end up spending 25 hours figuring out a question because
I
you're gonna
know,
keep sending them
right? Yeah.
back.
No, Fish,
No, we'll
that's
come
where you
up with
don't
some good
understand.
ones.
I'm going to send Maz one question, and whether he uses it or vets it or mixes it into somebody else, right? Then that's the way it is.
If he doesn't like it, then fine. Your efforts.
I'll tell you what I didn't like
Your
was
effort.
watching the Major League Baseball Sunday night game of the week last night. Great game, by the way. 2 hours and 5-minute game, even with the stupid delays for video replay. The Braves and the Phillies. I'm going to throw it to the break. I'm going to be a Pilar. When we come back, I'm going to go over this game with you last night. Look it up. It's a farce. It was a farce last night. The player from the Phillies should have been called out at home. He was not. Anyway, stay tuned here on The Hook. More Major League Baseball coming up. And why do we use instant replay? Abolish it.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Monday, April 12th. I'm your girl, Pilar Lastra. To my left, we've got D-Mac. To my right, we've got Tom Mazzawey. We've got fish in the fish bowl, getting your
You
good
forgot
gulp
who was on your
of
right.
water.
Why'd you forget who was on your right? Why you always got to forget me?
Tom Mazzawey. Tom, you were doing something fancy. Like, I was, sometimes
You were
I don't
playing
know.
into it?
Yeah, I
All
was
right.
letting you get into it because sometimes I don't know if you're going to wink. I don't know if you're going to say something. So I wanted to give you time
Okay.
to do
I was just
your,
checking.
your tricks over there. You little trickster, you. We've got Eazy D behind the glass keeping us in line, and we've got our man Luke manning all of our social media. And don't forget, guys, you can now follow us on Twitch as well because we are that hip, my friends. We are on everything now at Woodward Sports. And, of course, you can always give us a call, 313-552-6322. Let us know your thoughts on the conversations that are happening. All
I
right,
got breaking
Maz.
NFL news.
Oh.
One of my least favorite players is out of work.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, it's not Tom Brady. That's his
Yeah, I would
worst.
say Tom Brady. That would.
Who's his buddy?
Antonio Brown?
No. Who's his buddy?
Gronkowski.
He's one, but who was his buddy on the Patriots? Still on the Patriots. Yeah, Edelman.
Julian
Edelman's contract has been terminated. Get the hell out of here.
Does it say
Jules,
anything else, or did it say Jules? Did it say
After
anything
11
else?
seasons, they canned him, so he's free.
You know what?
Free
you're,
agent.
You're starting to rack up your injuries.
He can go bitch on some other team now.
It's not working, right? You can go scold other players for what they're saying on social media and your open letters. I like Edelman, but I think that Edelman worked really well under the Bill Belichick way. I mean, he
worked well with Brady.
Worked well with Brady. I mean, there was something about Brady, Belichick, and small wide receivers.
Hey, the SOB won a
really
Super
well.
Bowl for them. He did. He won their last Super Bowl for them against Atlanta. Without that catch, that amazing freaking catch, that broke Atlanta's back. That was their payback for David Tyree and Mario Manningham. I mean, that got him even for those two giant losses.
Hey,
because that was a loss.
Falcons haven't recovered.
They haven't.
No,
that was a loss.
They're still like walking around like
they are.
But remember, after that Super Bowl, they did lose their offensive coordinator. Shanahan became head coach over at 49ers. So
they're punch drunk.
Wow.
They are.
I never saw a team take it on the chin worse than that. Never.
I know. I'd love to see something happen for them, especially just for Julio Jones.
Matt Ryan. I love Matt Ryan. That should be a Super Bowl champion.
He should.
But they didn't run the damn ball. I mean, instead of killing the clock, but that's another story.
All right, but
all right.
Yeah, I'm more interested in what you tease to the break because I agree. If they can't get it right in any sport with the instant replay, why do they use it?
Last night on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, always a favorite of mine to watch. And my kids watch it with me, here and there. But I had my 16-year-old Abby watching it with me, big softball player. So what's happening in the ninth inning, I'm going to play it for you. This is Matt Vasgersian and A-Rod, ESPN. This is top of the ninth inning. Game is tied, Atlanta and Philly, the two behemoths of the NL East. Check this out.
Against the southpaw Will Smith. Didi pops that one into the opposite field. Ozuna's got it. Bohm's going to try it. Here he comes, and he's safe at the plate.
No, he wasn't.
Wow! On a shallow fly ball into left field. They roll the dice with Ozuna's arm, and Bohm is able to score on a bang-bang play.
Look at this. He never touched the plate. And you could look at it 1,000 ways. His foot never touched the plate. He is out. The game should be in extra innings because Atlanta could have won it in the bottom of the ninth. They didn't. They didn't tie it either. So I bet on that game. I got the Braves. 2 places, my bookie at another place, gives me my money back for betting that game. They apologized because here's Drew Smiley, the former Tiger. He was the guy that was dealt in what deal was it? The David Price deal. They traded to get David Price from Toronto. They traded from Tampa Bay. They traded Drew Smiley. He started for the Braves last night. This is him after the game.
He'll play. Did you think he touched the plate?
No, I didn't. It's a shame to end a game like that. It's, in real time, it's obviously bang, bang. Lance is right there in position, making the best call he can. But then we have 5 different angles on a national televised game. And it's clear that his foot didn't touch the plate, that it was on the chalk. Everyone saw it and sees it. Everyone knows it. And for MLB not to overturn that, it's embarrassing. Why even have replay if you won't overturn that? So that's the way I feel about it. I think everybody feels that way.
Amen. I tweeted it out that second. My daughter Abby's like, Dad, he's out. He's so out. It was embarrassing. It was only a 2-hour game. It wasn't like midnight. It was 10:15 at night. They took 10 minutes to look at this.
Well, we're watching the one replay, and like you said, they had 5. I've seen a couple different ones.
There's
that
not
he
one
strictly
person that'll say he touched the plate.
Right, exactly. Not one person that agreed. But it's the thing is that takes away the whole integrity of what replay is.
Right. It's just a waste of time.
The biggest thing in hockey, whether it's, like that's one of the ones that they got to get on, or in hockey, it's the offsides at the blue line. A lot of times when guys...
They blow that too.
When guys' skates are in the air, and that's sort of like not touching the plate sort of thing. But I don't care. If you're going to use it, get it right. And that's an abomination. What did Major League Baseball say?
They didn't say anything.
They haven't said anything.
No, they haven't said anything. Rob Manfred, of course, not going to say anything.
I feel like, especially with things like this one, that is just so blatantly obvious.
These two teams.
There's no way you can deny this. There's no way. I feel like you got to get these right.
These 2 teams will probably be 1-2 at the end of the year. God forbid the Phillies win that division by 1 game at the end of the year. You go back to that game. I know you play 18 against each other, and it's going to come out in a wash probably. Right. But what if it doesn't? What if they lose a division because of that?
Listen, right is right and wrong is wrong. And that's like the one thing is the purist, you put replay in, so get it right. It's the same thing in football. It's the same thing.
I don't like it, to be perfectly honest with you. Listen, there have been many, many plays in my life of watching football especially that the referee gets it wrong. But they're pretty good. I'd say they're 97% right. And you live with the other 3% that doesn't work out. I just find it, especially in football, I think it kills football. And the networks love it because obviously they take 16 extra breaks a game. You sell it. This brought to you, of course, Ford Field.
Right.
This brought to you by, whatever. Name it, Prairie Farms Milk, whatever. They're selling it. I think in football, it's the worst in football because a touchdown isn't really even a touchdown until they go up and look at it. I don't like it. I do not like it, and I like it less in baseball. It's terrible. If you're not going to get it right, just put a robot there then.
Right.
Just put the robot strike zone because each umpire has a different strike zone. Right. But I learned to live with that as a baseball fan. I get it. And the players get it. They know tonight the high strike's going to count. Angels behind the plate. This guy's going to give you the outside of the plate. I get it, and it's part of the game.
Yeah.
But then get rid of this crap then.
As an athlete, right? It doesn't matter what sport you're playing, but you have to know who's ref, and that's why they put the names down on the referee sheet, because you know how they call the game. Now, what you hope for is that, if you get a call one way that you don't like, that they even up. It goes back to the Tim Peel, the ref who came out and said,
on a loud mic.
Called out on a loud mic to the team that he called the penalty against, that he called the even up. That to me is more of the old school, the balance of the game. That's how you controlled the balance. That's how you controlled it. Now, when you're getting into this, I would much rather see everything computerized because then there's no question.
I don't really want it computerized.
No, but if they're gonna, I'd rather have it computerized than this.
Right.
Right? Go back the old way, or make it totally computerized so there's never a mistake.
Because last night we would have been pissed either way. Because if you don't replay that and the guy called him safe, you're screwed as a Braves fan. So you're screwed anyway. What the hell?
But you got your money back.
Yeah, I did get my money back.
Which goes to show you what society we're in right now, because
Yeah.
that never. Who would? Hey, go tell your bookie that one.
Yeah.
Thank good you bet it legally.
I bet you, Joe the bookie's not going to give you your money back, but my bookie did. They refunded my money.
good.
I didn't expect it.
That was good.
Today they're like, hey, congratulations, you got your money back for betting the Braves.
Yeah,
Let's say it's
That
crazy.
just shows you
That's
how
the
bad
way
it
they do.
was. If
Yeah.
that don't tell you how bad it was, nothing will.
What tells you, Maz, is that there's no, even when there's 1 or 2 or 3 arguments, like 99-1, where there's always people defending. Nobody can defend this.
How about you,
I
Eazy?
just
What's
love
your
to
take
hear the
on this?
accountability from the Major League Baseball.
Easy, what do you got on this?
It's right now. It's a sport that's admittedly struggling, right, with younger audience and stuff like that. Like, how do you allow that? That's just
Right.
On national TV too. You said.
Yeah, it's the game of the week.
It's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's not like
in
it's
your
a Boston
promotion
Red
game.
Sox Yankee game. It's not a 4.5-hour game. It was a beautifully played 2 hours and 10-minute game. They had plenty of time to get it right.
Yeah.
Plenty of
And
time.
they got to get it right.
MLB,
they gotta
you
get
blew
it right.
it this
one was
time.
obvious.
And of
This
course,
one's
then
so obvious.
they took. You go back again. They took the All-Star game away. We go back. We had Lynn Henning on last week. All-Star game taken away from Atlanta. Did you see that big 44 in center field? That was for Hank Aaron. This game was supposed to be for him. Of course, he was the Braves. Last week, he was the record I told you about. He tied Babe Ruth, then broke it on Thursday back in 1974. This was supposed to be their game, and I'm not going to get political again. I want fair for everybody. Yes, of course I want it fair for everybody. This is a sport. Again, I think baseball is just shoots themselves in the foot every single day. They don't get kids like Eazy. They don't get Luke. They don't get Joe. Fish, you don't even like baseball. What do you got?
Did you say I don't or do?
Yeah, I don't think you do.
Oh, I love any sport. I
Okay.
watch baseball.
All right.
Colorado's getting the All-Star game for baseball.
Yeah, I know.
we
Just
saw that,
didn't know
yeah.
if any of you knew.
Yeah,
So.
Colorado's getting it instead of Atlanta. I guess
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's the best All-Star game in all of sports, by the way, hands down.
Home run derby, big bombs going out of Coors Field.
Yep.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Up there.
For sure. For sure. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts. Are you guys all on the same boat? I don't know anybody who is not on the same boat with that call. 100% should have been overturned. I don't know why they do have instant replay if they're not going to use it properly. So let us know your thoughts on social media at Woodward Sports. When we come back, we will be playing some of Me Gusta or No Me Gusta. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from my bookie studios. We love y'all's comments today. People are fired up across the board, so keep them coming at Woodward Sports. And don't forget, we are now on Twitch, so join our Twitch family on there as well. You can always give us a call, 313-552-6322. If not today, to chime in on the topics, make sure that you are writing down that number, because tomorrow you have another chance at getting the $100 gift card to somewhere.
Lashish.
I don't know. Well, I didn't know if it was going to be
We're
the same
doing
for
it.
tomorrow.
We're
All right,
doing
let's
Lashish
see until somebody
someone
wins. With our get home with Hall Financial, our baseball trivia. All right, guys, it is time to get to Me Gusta or No Me Gusta. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, and it's very simple. Me gusta means you like the statement. No me gusta means you do not like the statement. All right, here we go. Twins-Red Sox game postponed in Minnesota after 20-year-old driver Dante Wright, who was an African-American, was fatally shot during a traffic stop in the suburbs of Minneapolis. MLB was right in this decision.
And you can put NBA in there now, too, because the T-Wolves game has been postponed. And they're looking, the NHL is looking right now at stopping off the Blues and the Wild. So we don't know about the NHL yet, but I did hear the NBA and Major League Baseball basically have they want to stay out of the way. And you saw the Twins statement. I got to go with Me Gusta here, only because of how volatile it's been in Minneapolis, and the George Floyd trial still going on. And we don't know the whole story on this one. This happened yesterday. This 20-year-old kid was stopped at a traffic stop. I did read a few weeks ago when that guy from the Army was coming back, and he was stopped in Virginia, and they pepper sprayed him, and that police officer was fired today. He was a state trooper for Virginia. I mean, police right now, it's hard to be a police officer right now, and it's hard right now to live in Minneapolis, I guess. There's a lot of unrest, and we all know it here in Detroit back in 1968. Look what happened. Detroit now basically still trying to come out of the riots of 1968 when the Tigers were winning, and Willie Horton was walking around the streets in his uniform trying to bring peace. I'll say me gusta here only because, hey, man, peace. I just keep the peace if it's going to work, and it doesn't give people a chance to mill outside the arena, mill outside Target Field, mill outside the basketball arena, the Target Center. Keeps them home. I guess so. Me gusta.
D-Mac, how do you feel about this? ¿Te gusta o no te gusta?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as upset as I am for Major League Baseball to not come in and say something about the replay, this is real life stuff. And the fact that all the major sports or whatever realize the temperature because, as Maz said, with the George Floyd, Derek Chauvin case going on, and we all know what happened with that. It's such a volatile situation, especially there, that we don't know the facts. It'd be great to know what happened in this thing. So sports should be the last thing on the minds, and it's if Major League Baseball made that decision, then you have to, if you're going to be mad at them for yesterday's replay call, you got to step up and say that the way they've handled Atlanta and then the way they've sort of handled this, that they're socially aware of, up to speed, and trying to make a difference any way they can. And so I'm me gusta.
Right. Social media is also agreeing. They all seem to be saying me gusta. Nick made a very good point, remembering how Baltimore riots went down as games were letting out. Yeah, it was the right call. I mean, it comes down to safety at that point. Easy. ¿Te gusta o no te gusta?
Me gusta. You got to look out for the safety of everyone at this point. Just keep everyone, I guess, from gathering, because it's a well-known space where everyone's going to be. If somebody wants to be disruptive or do something crazy, I just it's for the safety. So me gusta.
Yeah. Fish, ¿te gusta o no te gusta?
I'll go me gusta.
Yeah.
It's safe for everyone.
The responsible thing to do.
Yeah, it's the smart thing to do and the safe thing to do.
Yeah, so I think we're all pretty much on the same boat here. At first, I wanted to just say, you know what? No me gusta. Let them play. Like, just can we have something that's not involving politics or the craziness in the world, right? So I want to say let them play, but then at the same time, when you start thinking about the safety of the fans as they're leaving, like there's people go with their kids, right? Little kids and stuff like this. So I'm gonna have to say me gusta. I think it's the right thing to do. Everybody's also saying Minnesota burned down their own city. Yeah, I mean, you said it too, Maz.
Detroit in 68. We're still trying to recover
from this. I wish people could go back and look at the history books and say, what are we doing? What I am proud of Detroit.
It's your own home, for crying out loud.
It's your own home. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your own community, your own people who live there. If you live there, you're ruining your own, your property value, everything.
You think Target's going to close in Minnesota?
No, it's going to be all the small mom and pop shops, the community itself, Walmart, Target, they're,
you
big
saw what happened the last
stores.
time with the Target stores and stuff.
Yeah, everything.
Was
Those
horrible.
are all fine. The one thing I will say about Detroit that I am very proud of, last time that there was an opportunity for people to riot when they were supposed to be protesting, I feel like Detroit did it right. People were out there protesting, and when somebody tried to act a fool and start causing trouble, the people at the protest were saying, no. Don't hurt your own city. This is a protest, not a riot. Go take that somewhere else. And I feel that that's what organizations that are protesting need to do, is make sure that you're not rioting and hurting your own city. It only makes things worse. So I'm going to have to say me gusta.
This time.
Yeah, I mean, Ellen, She says, "Me gusta, but I agree with Pilar. I hate that this is happening." It does. It sucks that this is happening. Like, when are things going to get better for everybody?
And we don't know what happened.
Right.
Yesterday
And that's
it was a traffic stop. Yesterday we don't know any details. We do know the kid's dead.
Right. Right. And that's the hard part. Is that and media does that so fast. You know, they take a small piece of information, they run with it just for clickbait.
Look how I tricked Darren into thinking Mantha was traded to Edmonton.
Well, it's the same thing as Steve at StraussLaw.com, who was our guest last week, said in the Deshaun Watson, we were talking about Rusty Hardin, who's his lawyer, is that innocent in court of law until proven guilty. Well, unfortunately, that the court of law and social media
It's instant.
It's instant without, and like you just said, even when you look back and what you said just immediately is that how people can react. So
it looks so good that he went to Edmonton, didn't it, Mantha?
It did.
I thought, with Kenny Holland reunited,
he wouldn't have got what he got.
He wouldn't have gotten that haul.
No,
no question. By the way,
and that's half the thing is like, what are you going to get in return if you're going to give up guys? Or you look at everything when you break it down. That's why I implore people. Put the roster, put the Holland guys, and put the Yzerman guys.
Listen to this. Kenny Cal, incomparable Ken Cal, the voice of the Red Wings on the radio. Red Wings have 22 draft picks in the next 2 years. They had 33 over the last 3 years. That's 55 Steve Yzerman draft picks going to happen in a 5-year span.
And Chris Draper.
And Chris Draper. I'm sorry, Drapes.
You want him to return
and
to
Maltz.
college.
How about Maltz?
That's what
Maltz
he
is helping
said.
too.
He said, I'm not, Maz doesn't even give me any shots out. You're the one
sure
giving
I
me
do.
love.
Come on, Drapes.
And they know, he said, that he's the brains behind Yzerman.
Absolutely.
And, without him, without Draper, there's no Stevie.
He's the Red Rifle.
That's
Here
it.
in Detroit.
The Red Rifle.
Hey, Wrestlemania last night. You made me some money.
I did. I'm really, really excited to talk about it too.
You.
That's it, Maz. See, like I said, we were talking last night, and
we got callers on the phone when we take a break.
Oh.
Come back. Little WrestleMania recap.
Break. Come on.
Let me tell you something, brother. A 2-day WrestleMania.
He was out there. Can you do that in a pirate accent? Because Hulk Hogan was trying to do his pirate.
I don't know.
Last night.
I did hear some bitching that it was a 2 days. That the second day wasn't as good. We'll talk about it. Pilar, throw us to the break.
All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Monday, April 12th. I'm Pilar Lastra. To my left, we've got D-Mac. To my right, we've got Tom Mazzawey. We've got Fish in the Fishbowl, Eazy behind the glass, Luke keeping up with all you guys
Don't forget
on
Joe's here, too.
social
The Joe
media.
Show.
And Joe, I was wondering when we're officially going to start to include Joe.
Joe's hanging here. We got to talk
Joe.
about him.
Yeah. Joe, we need a fancy title for you. Listen, we're missing Art. I hope Art comes back.
Oh, happy belated
soon.
birthday to
Yes,
Art, by the way. Art
belated
Smith, we miss
birthday.
you, Art. Feel
There's
better.
Joe.
Hurry up back. We need our floor director.
Yes.
We miss you.
Yes. And
We miss you
guys
bitching
get
and
to meet
whining.
Joe.
There's Joe.
Hey, how's
All
everyone
right.
doing out there?
Holler. Let Art know if he doesn't come back, you're going to take his floor director job.
Do
No
it like
way.
a
Don't
WWE
do that to
promotion.
Art.
Tell him,
Just
right?
kidding.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, Art will freak out.
Don't do that to him.
Just kidding. We love our Art. All right, guys. So we teased it before the break, and we've got to get to it. WrestleMania 37 happened over the weekend. D-Mac, this is all you, my friend.
It is all me. This is
Completely
You know what? I want to
all
send a
you.
shout out to Mikey TikTok and Eazy for joining me at the crib for the first night of it. And Maz mentioned the 2 nights of WrestleMania. Night 1, I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was such, the matches.
How long was it, the first night?
They're 3.5
All right.
hours, whatever. Night 2, I gave it. Last night I was a little harsh. I gave it a 3.5 out of 10. if they would have put the final match that you won money, the triple threat match, the Roman Reigns Universal Championship against Edge against Daniel Bryan in the three-man match, which Roman Reigns won, double pinning them. Jey Uso got involved, obviously. The storyline, the fact that live people were back and to see the reactions, I'll go back to the women's on the first night, the main event. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the women's championship. That it was such an emotional that Bianca Belair was literally in tears. It was so emotional at the beginning of the match. These two ladies put on such a high impact performance match, and you see the braids of Bianca Belair. Well, she always walks around with that, and Bayley was always grabbing her hair and stuff throughout the match. Or Sasha Banks, that when the prelude to the finisher, she whipped her in Sasha Banks in the stomach so hard with the hair, it was an Otani home run. It was loud, and then she picked her up and finished her off. But to watch one of the
do we have video of that?
No, we can't play WrestleMania either.
Can't show golf, can't show WWE.
Right, exactly. So with that match, those were two big ones. Obviously, first night, the Bobby Lashley, to lead it out, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, the Raw. That's the one we were talking about, looking for the swerve. There was no swerve. Lashley actually won. He put the full Nelson on Drew McIntyre. But here's the caveat. McIntyre passed out the ref, so he didn't really quit, which leads to the Scottish man's ire, but the fans were going nuts with this one. Last night, Sheamus beat Matt Riddle for the U.S. Championship. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler retained their tag team titles. Rhea Ripley unseated Asuka, and Rhea Ripley, she's the NXT champion undercard, so she's finally getting her due. Cesaro, the match I was looking for against Seth Rollins, he Superman swang him around the ring 23 counted times. So he was busy with that. But anybody who loves to see Shane McMahon get thrown off the top of a cage, Braun Strowman did that for all the bullies, and also it was a pretty epic cage match when Shane McMahon's trying to escape the outside, and Braun Strowman rips the cage and pulls him back in and all that stuff. But the Bad Bunny, Damian Priest, Miz and Morrison was one of the show stealers. Bad Bunny, if you don't know, is one of the biggest rappers in the game and Latino stars. But for a celebrity that really loves this sport and puts the passion in, he was able to actually, two things I got out of this match was the fact of how much he loves wrestling, how much time he put into it. But whether you like The Miz, who's got a USA Network show, or Morrison,
right?
Man, are they funny, and are they just good at putting other people over? So
The Miz is hilarious.
The Miz, and he's always been the heel, and he's always the one that everybody likes to get beat up. And also, too, Apollo Crews beat Big E.
Apollo Creed? What?
Apollo Crews beat Big E.
I thought it was
for the Intercontinental Championship. But that was, I was a little harsh last night. If they would have had the last night's main event, which was bar none, how are you going to make storylines and tell with the Roman Reigns? The fact that Roman Reigns, here's the caveat. So Roman Reigns getting booed now, people hating him, there's Edge. And see, look this is my favorite part. They both got the champion, Roman Reigns. That's Daniel Bryan on the left and Edge on the right. They both have him in a submission hold, right? But can't get him, and Roman Reigns ends up winning because he got help from the outside by his Jey Uso. But the one thing that I love is that Roman Reigns is on top of his game, and that's the next John Cena, Dave Bautista guy that's coming out. He owns it.
How did I get him at plus 140 if he was the man? How
they
was
were
he an
all
underdog?
plus because here's the thing. That's because the storylines could have gone they could have gone three different ways.
I see.
And why you got him 140? If you look, the other two were plus 120.
Okay.
Right. So that's why I saw value in that pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Good
and
call.
sometimes in wrestling, when you can follow the storyline, it's the same thing that I'm plodding along with the Red Wings and the Eazy plan. It's all about follow the storyline. And again, I don't have to like it, but it's got to make sense. Did you say you got a collar fish?
We did. We lost him.
All
He'll
right,
try
well,
back.
How was the Randy Orton fight?
Randy Orton and The Fiend. Randy Orton won. What do I say about that? Alexa Bliss had oil pouring down her face at the end, distracted the Fiend. I don't really like. I wanted this one to be cinematic so much, but this one lost me. This is
really
it just. I don't know anybody out there that watched it. I don't understand where that storyline is going, except that Randy Orton needs to move on to somebody else.
What does cost, by the way, to watch?
It was like $5 on Peacock.
No, yeah. See, no, it's not pay-per-view no more.
Yeah.
So with your Peacock subscription, WWE sold the Peacock. So here's the thing: the WWE membership used to be $10 a month. Peacock's only $5. Plus, you get all the NBC. So it's about taking over.
Wow.
The universe.
So on Peacock, that was on the house?
$5. Yeah, on the house. You don't have to pay for it. It's a new subscription.
For the subscription.
And that's the whole thing too. Now, my caveat to everybody out there on Peacock or whatever, go to the Stone Cold Broken Skull sessions. Last night, the Forbidden Door was open. The best part of WrestleMania weekend, Stone Cold and Chris Jericho, the demigod, the demo god, so to speak, Le Champion of AEW, they opened the Forbidden Door and talked about it. So check out, and also too on Peacock, you can check that out.
And the Munsters.
And the Munsters.
The Munsters are on Peacock.
Check out, Broken Skull sessions with Chris Jericho and Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Munsters.
There you have it, my friends. So for some entertainment, go check it out. When we come back, we're going to get to who you like, so don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. Before we get to who you like, Trey Lance and Justin Fields holding their second pro day.
I know. How about that? They didn't get enough, I guess. I heard something about San Francisco really interested in these, going to really do their homework, because the word on the street is at number 3 that moved up to get Mac Jones. Everyone's laying on him. How do you get at Mac Jones? He can't shine these guys' shoes. So I guess the agents of Trey Lance and Justin Fields said, hey, let's do this again, and let's get some more people out there. Let's get the buzz going again, because there's a mock draft that we talked about last week that's got Trey Lance slipping all the way to New England. I think they pick at 15, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 11 or 15 or something like that. And Justin Fields maybe slipping out of the top 10, maybe going to Denver at 9. But this could only, if they do well in these workouts, I guess it can only help them, right? Maybe move back up the charts.
Of course, it'll only help them.
Well, the rumor out of San Fran is that here's the first button of heads between John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, where Shanahan wants Mac Jones and Lynch wants Justin Fields. So this is what you're supposed to do when you have the 3rd overall pick. Yeah. You're supposed to bring everybody you want 2 times, 3 times, whatever. San Fran is doing what, obviously, I'm being facetious, we didn't do last year. So the bottom line is when San Fran picks whoever they pick, if San Fran now chose Mac Jones after going to these 2 pro days, that might send a different, but I think they're going to go Justin Fields.
Right. No way. It's one of these things where they didn't just land at the 3rd pick. They actually traded to get to the 3rd pick here. So there's a lot of pressure with this. 1 and 2, I feel like those are pretty much set in stone, especially 1. Trevor Lawrence, we know he's going to be NFL ready from day 1.
He's going to the Jags.
Yes.
Zach Wilson's going to go to the Jets.
Right.
Sitting at 3 of the Niners now. They moved way up.
Right.
And they're going to take Mac.
They can go different ways, right? They can go different ways. And whoever they go with has got to pan out for them.
I know you guys were arguing with me last week about number 4, Atlanta. You're saying they're not going to take a quarterback. I'm saying for sure they're taking a quarterback, and I'm staying with it.
I think that they're going to trade out of that spot.
They're trading.
Okay. We'll see.
They'll trade.
They're still punch drunk. They could do 8 different things. They don't even know, man. They're still trying to freaking figure out how they lost.
Teams know they want to trade out of that, so they're not going to be able to. Watch. They're going to stick, and they're going to wind up hitting Trey Lance. You watch.
Well, we'll see what happens. Draft day cannot come fast enough.
I just want to say, with San Fran, how do you mortgage as much as that in a trade with your future and not have like be for certain like what you're taking? Like, do you guys believe that there's like a dispute there, or you think that you gotta be sure if you're trading all that stuff to get to 3? You can't be undecided, right? Like,
right. That's how
you can be undecided when you have the third, when you know it's between 3 guys. So you can be undecided all you want right now, because as long as you're doing your due diligence like this, right? So you know exactly if they're taking a quarterback, they should know exactly who they have now. I take the other way. They know they need a quarterback. They know they want a quarterback. Which one? That might change.
And I feel
they might have moved up saying we want this guy, but things have changed.
Right, and I was going to say, if things did change, because there's some differences between people's opinions within the top of the organization, this is the time to do it. Get them back out to work out, talk to them, see what's going to fit. Look, right now I feel everybody's sane and doing the right thing, but work them out, meet with them, do what you have to do. Go to these pro days. Do what you have to do, because the last thing you want to do is do what the Chicago Bears did, and that's trade up to get Mitchell Trubisky. And
well, they made a mistake.
They made a mistake. You can't make a mistake trading up for number 3. You just can't. All right, guys.
By the way, the Wild has canceled their game as well tonight. So all 3 Minnesota sports teams postponing their home games tonight.
Right. So everybody, please be safe if you are in that area. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts on social media at Woodward Sports. And, of course, it is time for us to get to who ya like, taking into consideration that those 3 games have been postponed. Minnesota games have been postponed.
I'm coming in hot again. I got back on the winning track on Friday night, taking my baseball. I'm staying with it. Forget NBA, forget NHL. Stay on baseball. I gave you the Dodgers and Indians. They both won big on Friday night. Tonight, I am giving you Darvish and the Padres to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. Easy. Lay to 1.5 runs and then go over to the Yankees against Toronto. Yankees send Garrett Cole to the hill. Give the 1.5 runs there as well. So bet them both straight up. Put them together for a little parlay. The parlay plays you about 2 plus 270. So 100 gets you $270. That's who I'm giving you. Padres and Yanks tonight.
All right, perfect.
Nice. Well, I got right fresh off the trade, even though I don't expect these guys to be in the lineup, but the Detroit Red Wings are plus 295 at home, coming off a shootout win, and feeling confident with my Roman Reigns pick from ads last night. I'm going Wings on the money line.
All right, there you
beat Carolina 2 in a row?
Oh, it's a new age, buddy.
Whoa.
It's a new age.
That's Mac.
Hey, listen,
Mac.
Vibing. That's why I picked it.
Okay.
There you have it. There you have it.
I got some expectations.
He's got his picks.
I'm trying to help him.
All right. Easy. Who you like?
I'm looking. I didn't do my homework as always, but I'm gonna go. I think the Suns over the Rockets is gonna be an easy one, and the Jazz over the Wizards. Maybe find another for sure bet from D-Mac or Maz, and maybe parlay that tonight.
All right, perfect. Fish, who we like?
You're going to Australia and you're going to soccer.
I love it.
You're picking Newcastle over Perth.
I actually like this pick.
Okay, good.
Newcastle. I like that beer too.
Why do you like it, Pilar?
I just said because I like that beer.
Okay.
And then I'm going New Zealand Breakers. They're playing against Perth
It's like
tomorrow.
picking a uniform.
And they're playing. That's in basketball.
Oh, basketball. Okay.
And I believe they're playing in Tasmania.
Well,
the Devils?
okay.
The Tasmanian Devils?
It's going to be a wild one.
That's where New Jersey's Devils franchise came from.
By the
Tasmania.
way, yeah, there you go. Yeah. By the way, where did Pat Verbeek start his career as well?
Jersey.
I'm just saying, there's such a good connection between the Devils and the Red Wings.
Yeah, winning.
Yeah, all right. So before we leave, I want to tell people to go check out D-Mac's website. Look at his fancy new gear he's got.
You'll see it on Thursday. We're going to shoot a Grind Time episode and stuff, but this is a new D-Mac Grind Time. Go to DarrenMcCarty.com. Check out the new merch store. It's supposed to be up. We got a lot of good things coming out. So
yeah, you're looking fancy, my
Thank
friend.
you.
I
Got
like
a little
it.
2.5 on the back, too. I don't know if you see it, but it's not a 25. It says 2 and 5.
All right, it's sharp. It's sharp. All right, Fish, right before we got to go. What you got?
Yeah, I just confirmed they're playing at the Silverdome in Tasmania.
The Silverdome?
There you have it.
Look at the Detroit, Jersey connections. Dude, I got to look at that. I might have to get a Tasmanian soccer jersey, basketball jersey, whatever.
Yeah, they're playing in Launceston.
Yeah, Pontiac, Launceston, what the hell?
Yeah, you got to be careful. Don't go to the south side of Launceston.
Yep.
I heard that's the bad
Definitely
part
don't
of town.
want to do that. Yep. Stay on the other side of the tracks, my friend, right? That's what they say. All right, guys. Thank you so much for all of your interaction on our social media at Woodward Sports. It was some great stuff today. Thanks so much to our caller, Pete.
5 p.m.
Better luck tomorrow. Give us a call. All right, my friends. For D-Mac, for Maz, for Fish, for Eazy, for Luke, I'm Pilar Lastra. We'll see you guys tomorrow, my friends.
Anthony, can you hear James? The ghost of Anthony Matha here, so we keep trying. We're having obviously some technical difficulties. We've had Anthony on the line a couple of times, but he clearly can't hear us, or we can't hear him. So we'll continue to try to get Anthony on.